Oh yes! Welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions news! I'm going to try and not be so high-pitched then and bring that down. Welcome to Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. I'm actually, at the point of this video going out, going to see Avengers Endgame. And just to let you know, I am not enabling the comments. Comments are disabled for this video because people have been trying to put on little spoilers in comment sections. So I'm just cutting them out altogether. It will return on Saturday night. Comments will return, so thanks for your support, thanks for your understanding, but let's get into the news. Our first story begins with the following look at the greater Last Stand crystals. As you know, these have entered in on Wednesday, and unfortunately, people aren't really getting anything remotely fun or interesting from the lower percentage. It's the case that people are getting a lot of signature stones, but a lot are receiving, well, just gold. In particular, I like this. Somebody went through the objective and was like, right, I need to spend in order to rank up a champion. So they spent 100k ranking up a champion to get a specific type of objective. They claimed it. They then were able to do their first one, their first 10k one, and they got 10k gold. It's like, it's funny, but it's not at the same time. It's not funny for that kind of use of resource to then get something back like that. I'm not saying you should get that. It's just a bit funny, funny observation to kind of think that you had to do that process to waste the resources. So it's not just the gold you wasted, but also the resources as well. Didn't get something back that's not equal to, better than, or extensively better than. I think for a lot of players that have gone to spend them, getting something like 4,500 tier 5 basics catalyst fragments, yeah, okay, I would settle for that. I think that's quite nice. But a lot of people are getting signature stones, and a lot of different players are posting their mixed fortunes. So if you want to keep this on and kind of let people know, also take a screenshot and put it in. It is handy for other players to get an idea. You know, are people getting stuff that's remotely decent? I'd love to see somebody be getting those awakening gems. And I think when I did mine, which I think the video is out on Monday, my first ever one, I got a sandwich between a 5-star skill awakening gem and another one at 5-star, so that was nice to see. Next up, it looks like Alliance War Seasons is back. Season 9 will be on the 1st of May, and the great thing about this is that it's been put in after the point we've had a very scuffy month. So April was a scuffed month when it came to the game's functionality and other aspects to it, so I'm hoping that when this gets put in, that we see a smooth run. But it is a very busy time. Do bear in mind, we've got the last parts of bounty missions to complete up until the 4th of May, so that's good. It's 3 days after this goes live, and obviously we're fighting for position. But then when it comes to the other things that we've got on, there's quite a bit, especially considering new champions. There's 3 champions this month. There's arena. So yeah, so many things going on. It's important to get your head in the swivel. Make sure you're doing as much content as possible. Yes, you don't have to rush, but let's face it, you want to get a lot of that smashed, especially considering that people may have other stuff on, like Variant 2, they may be doing some Act 6, depends what's on, and probably Act 6.2 is probably going to be up on us before you know it. Up next is a story that I didn't and completely forgot to mention, and that is about the Razer phone. So if you're not familiar, the Razer phone is a fantastic gaming kind of Android type phone, and it is great for the game. But there seems to be a big problem that still isn't resolved as of today. So if you do run the phone, it's sad that this hasn't been sorted out. Yes, there's extensive lag, but it hasn't been sorted out. The game is meant to run on the device in a very high standard, especially at 120 Hz. So it's meant to be very quick, very responsive, and it's meant to look absolutely brilliant. Even though it doesn't feel like it's been returned to its old frames per second that it used to be, some players are saying it's still better than nothing and still experiencing some sort of dropped input. But this will be interesting to find out whether or not this will continue on. I was actually thinking back a while ago about getting a Razer phone based on that type of experience of it being high frames per second. But the fact is, maybe now I need to reconsider that. But it's still interesting to see that it's not specifically those users that are in the popular phones, your Samsungs, your iOSs with your iPhones, but also other Android phones like Huawei. But it is interesting to see what goes on with the Razer phone from time to time. Either way, hope you get, a decent solution to this. Next up, and it looked like it had a little bit of a wobble in implementation, but the quest for the stones, as well as some of the other aspects of quests for this month, have seen very passive AI to a point where they're just not doing anything. And I had this problem as I brought this up in previous videos, where I was going up against a Heimdall that was just in a block stance the entire time. And it was a case like, I could just stop, just mind my own business, be out of a block, and just watch the enemy still in a block. Well, the fact is, that is going to be something that needs to be rectified and has been noted in the last 48 hours. Also, for those struggling with how to actually do this, this is a quick explanation of this event. So you'll get a stone just by doing 100% of any difficulty. The stone will enhance your specific Avenger in your roster, giving them powerful new abilities to use the last stand quests. Stone is automatic and it applies to the specific Avenger at the start. Any start, it will last until the event ends. Each week, a new quest and Infinity Stone will become available. So this is a good explanation for this. Someone's even pointing out like why Kabam didn't explain it like this. And I think that's nice to do that less. It's just very much keep it simple, stupid. It's a management method. They just say, keep it simple, stupid. But anyway, this whole kind of passive behavior for AI has been noted by Kabam, and they will look to get this sorted as soon as possible. In other news, it looks like there's a problem with MODOK. Now, I do have MODOK, but I don't use them extensively, but I've been using them a bit more in variant. However, though, not as much to notice the 7th attack, and it is claimed that after Evan's 7th attack, that indeed it is not critical. This has been mentioned by a few other players as being a thing, and it has got onto Kabam's radar, who say basically they're going to take this to the game team to take a look at. So if you're personally finding any kind of issues with MODOK, do make sure to go across and kind of give your support for this forum page. And hopefully it's a case that is identified, and maybe I can check it out myself to be true. And also we can get a fix. So this could hopefully have a happy ending. Next up, and let's talk about the Nameless Thanos, the uncollected Nameless Thanos, Thanos in general this month. As we know, based on what we saw last year and what we experienced, it was going to be a ball ache this year, and it is a little bit more of a ball ache based on the fact there's more Thanoses available, and also there's this Nameless Thanos, especially in uncollected, which is a bit of a kick in the balls. The fact is, the first run that you'll do, and like I probably demonstrated, the first one you do, if you go into it without any kind of experience before any videos have been released, I'm the person to go in and make the mistake so people don't have to. So gathering information for a Thanos-based video, that is what I presented to people. The fact is, it is up to you how you choose to play that character. I did say in that video, use your strongest champions. Yes, you can use Avengers. Yes, you can minimize the damage, but let's face it, you're going to need high hit pools. You're going to need champions that hit well enough, especially when you get Thanos down to a low percentage of health. And if your intercepts aren't key, you're going to have to learn to adapt and obviously understand if you're not going to be intercepting on point, you're going to have lost inputs, dropped inputs, whatever they're called, then it will cost you. It will cost you revives to go back in again and again. Command Mike does point out that you have plenty of time to practice, and maybe that was the mistake that I did, but I'd rather be the one person that makes a mistake for someone to see my videos and then go, do you know what, he obviously made a mistake there. I can learn from that when I go in. I'd rather do that, and you're able to learn by my mistakes next time that you go in, that you're able to smash them out, especially with the length of time that you've got to smash out this event. Also, I love this meme, is that, what did it cost? Everything. And it does very much feel like that, but like I said, plenty of time, you'll be able to learn from it, learn from my mistakes, so be able to identify when the best time is to attack. There was a very interesting video that showcased a Proxima Midnight going against Thanos, and for whatever reason, I cannot find it at the moment, which is really annoying. But if I find it, I'll put it in the link in the description. But it was very interesting to see that different type of champion going up against. Now, obviously, a lot of people will say, well, I use 565s. And I know that doesn't really give a perspective to a lot of players that want to do this and maybe don't have 565 champions. If your strongest champions are ones that are even rank 4, maybe even rank 3, 5 stars, you may struggle with this event, or you may do exceptionally well. But as long as you've learnt the process of going up against Thanos, I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. Next up, and why is Cull Obsidian called Cull Obsidian? As a lot of us know, he should be called Black Dwarf, but for whatever reason, is not. Now, this was something that was done in Infinity War last year, and I think that made a lot of people like, well, why? Why is he called that? Why isn't he called Black Dwarf? In this very much kind of modern society, offense can be caused at any given time, and we are very PC, and we've got to be very much on point. What we say can cause offense in some sort of ways. Even though you might not think you're causing offense, you more than likely are, so avoid offense. The fact is, I saw this post and I was like, I felt compelled to kind of give an answer. And basically, I just said that there was a lot of Marvel games out. For example, we've got the Lego game, Marvel Superheroes 2. We've also got Marvel Future Fight that both refer to him as Cull Obsidian rather than Black Dwarf, and this probably comes straight from Disney, who obviously, as we know, even though they've got a bit of unscrupulous backgrounds to them, obviously want to keep themselves as PC as possible. So it's a case they didn't want to go down that route of saying, yes, let's use the proper name for that character. Yeah, this comes a time where I have to ask myself, is this newsworthy, Rich? Might be. Should I put it in? Okay. I'm not Smeagol and Gollum, I haven't got a complex or anything. Next up, and with the Atlantean event coming in June, what is left for July? Well, in coincidence with Spider-Man Far From Home, we're more than likely going to see Mysterio, which is turning out to be a tech, which is pretty cool. Now, the way that they obviously are doing these things nowadays, it's technical-based advancements are improving certain abilities. Rather than considering Mysterio being something like a Mystic champion, he's indeed going to be a tech-based champion. We're really excited, I think, for the extent of the powers, and obviously Kabam are planning to take some sort of holiday over the summer period, so a lot of them are kind of working in advance to get this stuff made. So it is very much exciting times. Could even see Mysterio in some sort of capacity with Act 6.2, maybe more than likely 6.3 if I'm honest, at a later point. Okay, next up, and for a lot of you, you will know that I recently got exposed. So my real name has been announced. I am indeed Cletus McDuffins. Yeah, I am indeed Cletus McDuffins, which is the reason that I changed my Twitter handle to kind of say Cletus McDuffins. No, this is actually an MCC News episode 3, and it's just like a funny take. This is done by Katie Candy and I Like Skills. I really enjoy this every time these come out. I just laughed my head off because I was watching it for the first time and I was literally pissing myself laughing. It's hilarious. I strongly advise going to the link in the description and go and give a subscribe to Katie and obviously I Like Skills as well. But primarily watch this. It's approved by Seaton, it's approved by a few other people, a lot of my subscribers as well. Some have come to me and said that they don't understand it. For me, I think it's absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious and it's well worth a watch. I'm not going to spoil it by showing any kind of audio because you need to watch it and enjoy it for yourself. But all joking aside, this is the real news, this is real hair, and I'm going to see you very soon. So watch it, okay? Watch it. And by that, I mean, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's Marvel Contest of Champions news, hit that like button and subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content. Please do bear in mind the reason that I have disabled comments is to stop the people that have been getting through with putting loads of different comments and spawning people. I've had people even say like they've gone to a video, they've seen a comment, they've then spoiled it for them, and I'm not having that. So comments are disabled until Saturday night. So hopefully it's a case you can see it by then. In which case, I'd say come back at a later date, but mainly support the channel. That would be good. Just watch the videos, just don't scroll down to the comment section. Come back at a later date to put a comment. In any case, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the news, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.